I definitely think that God calls us to all be part of His greater family and serving His family and His community in different ways, and we all have different gifts. And our family loves people, and we love to have people intertwined in our lives. And so the way that we're answering that call, I think, is just to open our home and say yes if someone needs space, if it's a night or two or a month or some undetermined amount of time.
Really, the reason we came to the journey was because of everything we heard about how missional it was. Yeah, we should know our neighbors, we should be plugged in, we should be loving and serving people in a way that we're probably not really doing very well right now. And I think part of that missional piece of it is really probably what has driven us to being willing to accept this calling. You know, it started actually when my sister came to live with us when she was 16, and we were still, young in our married life together. We had a few children, and towards the end of my sister's stay with us, as she had been living on the living room floor on an air mattress, Megan had been traveling to visit some family, and she was flying back in, and you may recall there was a tornado in St. Louis, and the airport got torn apart, and they couldn't land the plane in St. Louis. So they had to divert it to Kansas City because the tornado had just hit the airport. So she landed in Kansas City, and she said, they're gonna probably bus us there, we'll get in the middle of the night. And later on, she called me and said, okay, we're on the bus, we're coming in, and I met this older couple here. They're getting diverted to St. Louis. Their final destination was not St. Louis. They don't have a place to stay. I've invited them to come to our house. She's like, so can you move Lydia back into the kids' room and blow up another air mattress? And it's like, all right, sure. And so that was really, I think, the point when I saw Megan's heart for this, and for her desire to her empathy and desire to help people.
This spring, we had a girl in our community group who was in between housing and just kind of a lot of life stuff going on and needed a space to live, and she spent all summer with us. And then the day that she moved out on a Saturday, and the next day, Sunday, a guy, Luke, moved in. He was new to the area and had moved, actually didn't have a place to live. He was living in a hotel. I think it had just become our family's culture to say yes.
We need to do whatever we can with what God gives us, but certainly the more He gives us, the more we can do, right? And so as we've had that opportunity, I've always felt like that's the calling. I'm going to give you this, but I expect you to use it for my kingdom and for my work. We hope people are blessed, and we trust that we're doing what God's calling us to do, but selfishly, we have been extremely blessed.
When you find the thing that God is calling you to, doesn't mean it's always gonna be easy. Doesn't mean that He's not gonna call you to hard things sometimes, but that space that He's called you to, where you're living that out, you're living out your calling, it becomes, it's that place because it is a place of peace. It is a place of, you're doing it with ease because it's what He created you to do, and you're living it out.